There are reports that hip-hop legend Irv Gotti is in a pretty critical condition right now. Again, these are just reports. I don't have official word. Obviously, we want the family to be able to make the final word on what's happening here. Some are saying that Irv Gotti has suffered another stroke. He's been having health issues lately. Some even say he's on life support. But this hasn't stopped Irv Gotti's longtime rival 50 Cent from mocking him. In this situation, as Irv Gotti is allegedly staring death in the face. It has not stopped 50 Cent from mocking him. This source is allhiphop.com, and these are just reports. I will allow the family and Irv Gotti's estate to make the final call on his condition. Sources tell All Hip Hop Irv Gotti, the legendary producer and mastermind behind Murder Inc., has suffered another stroke. Circumstances surrounding his conditions have yet to be revealed, but Gotti has a history of health ailments. Reps for the 54-year, he's only 54. That's so sad. Representatives for Irv Gotti have remained silent, leaving fans and industry insiders speculating. The news comes a year after Irv Gotti suffered a minor stroke leading to his long-standing battle with diabetes. In early 2024, last year, Irv Gotti disclosed that diabetes had taken on his life. Diabetes is deteriorating my body, adding that he had struggled to adhere to a healthy lifestyle and struggled to take his insulin consistently. Photographs surfaced of Irv Gotti walking with a cane and appearing visibly slimmer. Reports are spreading that former Murder Inc. co-founder Irv Gotti is in a vegetative state on life support. Allegedly had several strokes and bleeding on the brain. It's also rumored that the family and his friends are saying their final goodbyes, but it's yet to be confirmed. Some are saying he's on life support in a vegetative state. So this is a developing story. Again, I don't want to say what's true, what isn't. I think it's more respectful to let the family grieve and then say their piece and put the news out there themselves. But very sad situation with Irv Gotti. I mean, he's only 54. 54 to us, we look at that age as super old, but to someone who's actually old, 80, 90 years old, 54 years old, you're still a young person. You still got hair on your head. I mean, you ain't fully aged yet. But here's what 50 Cent had to say. So 50 Cent posts on Instagram, and we can go to his Instagram and see this is actually what he posted. Irv Gotti on life support, friends and family saying their goodbyes. 50 Cent says, "Dang, I wanted him to see my new shows," with a sad face. Obviously, he's being sarcastic. Read some of the comments saying he's corny. Guess he couldn't take Ashanti having that baby. And we'll speak about the whole Ashanti situation in a second. Please don't think you can't get touched. You're not invincible, Curtis. I think 50 Cent of all people knows that he can be touched. I mean, the man was shot 9 times. And when he makes comments like this, you can kind of understand why someone would want to do that to you. I mean, no offense. Another person said, "I wouldn't care either if someone tried to kill me." So this is something that's been talked about in hip hop. The situation between 50 Cent and Irv Gotti, and whether or not Irv Gotti was involved at all with the shooting with 50 Cent. From what I know, Irv Gotti wasn't directly involved. The shooting of 50 Cent, the whole got shot 9 times thing, the onus of 50 Cent's story. From what I know, I'm not from New York. I'm not from that area. I'll let those people speak for themselves. But from what I know, Irv Gotti was not directly involved with that. But I know there's a lot of speculation and tension surrounding that situation between those two. Because at that time, Irv Gotti, who co-founded Murder Inc., who brought us Ja Rule, obviously 50 Cent effectively ended Ja Rule's career with his diss records. Same label that bought us Ashanti, Lloyd. Irv Gotti and 50 Cent and that label, Murder Inc., had an ongoing beef, largely due to 50's conflict with Ja Rule. So there are accusations and rumors suggesting that Murder Inc. affiliates might have played a role in some of the situations surrounding 50, but nothing was ever legally proven to tie Irv Gotti to the shooting. The person who was identified as responsible for shooting 50 Cent was a guy that went by the name of Hamo, who was allegedly close to someone in Murder Inc. So I guess you could say the person involved with the shooting was adjacent to Murder Inc. And then there's a whole situation with Supreme and their involvement with Murder Inc. kind of being adjacent to each other in some ways, but I'll say that for another video. There were also other situations between 50 and Murder Inc. Again, Irv Gotti, CEO of Murder Inc. There are other situations where I guess there were altercations between the two camps or between people adjacent with the camps. Tony Yayo tells a story about how he and 50 Cent got into a fight in the studio.
Ja Rule, Irv Gotti, brother, them niggas are lucky. Niggas had a 45, I swear to God, with no safety. You come running in the studio like that, we gonna squeeze. So they had guard on their side. Either me and 50 would have been in jail. I swear on my dead father. Ja Rule would have been dead. Chris Gotti, all the niggas that ran in there, they would have been dead.
And here's 50 Cent earlier last year in August, as Irv Gotti was battling with his health issues. This is another thing 50 said. Dang, homie, in high school, you was the man, homie. That's a 50 Cent lyric from Wanksto.
Damn, homie, in high school, you was the man, homie.
What happened to you? I want Irv to get well so he can have to watch my next wave. Basically, I only want him alive so he can see me continue to get richer, stun on him, etc., etc. So, I mean, you can understand why this guy in the comments, he goes and he says, yo, someone tried to have you killed. I wouldn't care either. Which I don't know if this is fully true. If Irv Gotti tried to have 50 killed, I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know that, the inner workings of that. But it's just an easy, cheap shot on, and if it's true, right? And hopefully we don't want this to be true. But if this is true, there's no need to dunk on the guy as he's dying, passing away. But there was no love lost between 50 Cent and Irv Gotti. Here's Irv Gotti talking about 50 Cent. I believe this was in 2019.
Before all the beef with 50 and all of that stuff, he came to Def Jam and presented a demo.
50?
Yeah, that's what he said. He says he presented a demo and you all rejected his
Well,
demo.
I rejected him a lot. Like, I was blocking him, just quite honestly, because he was shitting on us.
Even before there was beef?
He
Like
was shitting
early.
on us. Murder, your life's on the line.
That was early
Nigga,
on.
he was
That was
shitting on us from the
99.
conception of his career. He was coming at us. So anybody who called me, they would call me when he would leave the office and say, yo, 50's up with interest in Simon. I said, you fuck with him, you ain't fucking with me. Don't call me for no records, don't call me for nothing. So I basically, I hated on him to where he landed with M and Dre.
Right.
I'm a way smarter person now. I would have fucking organized his deal and controlled it. I could have controlled it because I was so hot. I could have let him sign with Atlantic or DJ Clue, who's my man in Atlantic, or Craig Cowman. I could have controlled that shit. And he would have never got
Right.
He would have never got that Dre monster. You understand? But I done blocked this nigga to where he fell in the lap of Eminem, the biggest rapper in the universe with a white fan base that all became his fan base.
Right.
So if you could do it again.
If I could do it again,
Take the emotions
see,
out
that's
of
why
it.
I said, why I said now, after I've went through everything, I smile at everything I went through because it's made me who I am now. It will be no more shit like that. It ain't gonna be no more mistakes because I'm a vicious motherfucker now because I'm gonna sit back and calmly assess the situation. And I'm like, yeah, that label sucks. Let him sign that.
Right.
He was on Sony. What happened? Nothing. He was on thing. M and Dre made him, and him bouncing to him, they made him.
Yes.
So yeah, that's basically Irv Gotti saying, yo, I didn't like 50 Cent back then because he always had something negative to say about us. That's why I ignored him. I didn't listen to his demos. But if I could do it over, I would sign 50 Cent and just control him, put him on a shelf, make him miserable. I mean, this is basically what he's saying. So obviously there's no love lost between Irv Gotti and 50, which is why you have 50 Cent making posts like this. And Irv Gotti has also been in the news lately, like in the past 2-3 years, as Ashanti and Nelly have rekindled their flame. Ashanti has made, and others have made comments about Irv Gotti and the way he treated them, treated other people. So let's just briefly tap into this.
As you know, when someone is consistently saying to you, you ain't shit, fuck you, you're not even fucking loyal, you know, I made you, I made the world want to fuck you, you know what I'm saying? He would say, you know, he would say, want to fuck you because I made you look like that. I made you fuckable. In those exact words. Wow. So
yeah, Irv Gotti, he's taken some heat publicly over the past couple years, but he's also given us great content like Tales, you know, Ashanti, Lloyd, Ja Rule aside. Irv Gotti's also given us great content like Tales. I think this is a great series. This is where Irv Gotti he's basically taking hip hop songs and creating entire episodes, like little 40-minute episodes detailing the song. So you can see here, season 1, episode 1, NWA F to Police. And then they create a story around it. 99 Problems by Jay-Z. Inspired by the lyrics of Jay-Z's 99 Problems, 2 BLM activists, lovers go on a run to escape the clutches of police. You Got Me by The Roots. I mean, this is great hip hop content. So whether you love him, whether you hate him, I don't think you guys know me. I'm not the type of person to even lash out at people, insult people. I just don't feel the need to do that. I don't have that hate in my heart. I feel like in order to do that, you got to have some hate in your heart. And obviously, there's things that are going on between 50 and Irv Gotti to where they still have hate in their heart, both of them. Because we saw 50 make these comments about Irv Gotti, and we saw Irv Gotti a couple years ago still kind of having that hatred towards 50, like saying, man, I should have just controlled him. I should have did this. I'm vicious. So I mean that's what it is. So what do y'all feel about this? Y'all think